live on my YouTube channel, and I've also just gone live on my Facebook page, so you can also go over to there, which is Marianne Hanson Counselling Service. I've done the exact same live stream that I'm going to do here, and I just thought I'd just come outside and just do an outdoor video today. Normally, as you know, I'm sat at home making these videos, but at least it gives you a different background really, and it's nice weather, and it also gives me a chance to get out and about. So what I want to talk about in this video is something which I think lots of people are going to be able to relate to, and that is 5 reasons why you feel unhappy. So over the last, I don't know, if you go on social media, most social media platforms, you will see that there are loads of posts about people that are complaining about, feeling unhappy because of relationships. They're comparing themselves to other people. They're feeling unhappy because of financial reasons, feeling unhappy because of uncertainty. There's a long list of people that are unhappy, and everyone else is also talking about their reasons. But there's not many social media posts where people are talking about things they're grateful for or things that are making them feel happy. So what I want to talk about in this video is I'm going to give you 5 reasons why you feel unhappy, and maybe if you listen to these, you'll also have an opportunity then to remedy or rectify these things. So the first reason that people are feeling unhappy at the moment is because they're living in the past with regrets. They're living in the future with expectation, and they're not being in the here and now. So if you don't feel confident about the future, which no one can because we don't know what the future is, what's happening, then obviously you're not going to feel happy. So if you're sitting there thinking, oh, I'm watching all these news stories, I'm hearing all of this bad stuff that's coming, I don't feel confident about where I am in my life, so therefore the future just looks bleak, then obviously that's not going to make you feel happy, is it? But the problem with that is you don't know for a fact what's coming tomorrow, you don't know for a fact what's coming next week, next year. So rather than do that, focusing on the here and now in the present means it gives you a chance to say, okay, this is how I'm feeling right now, this is what I can deal with because these are the actual facts of what's going on, and what action can I take, rather than being so obsessed with the future. And that's the same as with the past. Even though I'm a counsellor and I do work with lots of people where we look at the past, I work with it in a very specific way. So if someone is just obsessed with their past, oh, all these things that happened 10 years ago, 5 years ago, they're making me feel unhappy, we need to make the links to say, well, okay, you can't go back there, you can't go back 10 years ago. What purpose is it serving you to think about all of these things that have happened? How useful are they? So when I'm working with someone, we're looking at the usefulness of the situation. How useful is it for you to look at your childhood? For some people, it's very important because their childhood, they might have gone through a lot of trauma. So they then need to make sense of, okay, well, what has that now led to me in terms of my relationships? What has that done for me in terms of how I feel about myself? And then we work through that. But there's no point in just going on and on about, the past. Thanks for joining, Danira Mohammed. So it's about you deciding what can you control, and all you can really control, hi Mickey, is what's going on right now in the present. So the second reason lots of people are unhappy is because they've lost faith, trust, and confidence in themselves. Thanks to everyone that's joining. If you are confident within yourself, what that means is you have enough trust and belief and enough faith to say that no matter what's going on in my life right now, I've been through things. I've said to people, if you've been watching my channel, I've been through bereavements. I lost my sister to suicide. I lost my dad. I've been through relationship breakups. I've been through redundancy. I've been through illness. I've been through a lot of similar things, bullying that people have been through. The one thing I know about myself is that I have trust and faith and confidence in who I am as a person. So what that means is no matter what's going on in the world, no matter what's going on around me, no matter what is my situation might be, I've had to get to a point where I was so broke, where I was, going to the shops with bags of coins to buy food. I was literally eating noodles. I remember that because I was starting out in my business. I didn't want to get a job, and I just was stubbornly saying, no matter what happens, I'm just going to keep going. And I just remember that feeling, saying, I know that this is bad, but I'm going to get through it, because you just have to have enough faith and confidence. Trust the process. Trust that something better is coming. Trust that no matter where you are today, there's other places you can get to, but you have to believe in that, because if you don't, then that will make you feel unhappy. People are depressed and unhappy and feeling low because they don't believe that there's light at the end of the tunnel. They just think that the life that I'm living right now is not going to get better. You know, that's how my sister thought. My sister struggled with depression for many years. And unfortunately, she didn't see the light at the end of the tunnel, you know, which led to her ending her life. And that's what leads to lots of people, because in that irrational moment, you think nothing's going to get better. You think the only solution is to do that. So the third thing that really makes people unhappy is comparing yourself to other people, you know, looking at pictures on social media, looking at other people's lives and envying what they have. Now, you don't know what it took to get for those people to get to where they want to get to, but also that's their life, not yours. The thing that I think is, if I see a nice couple, or I see people with lots of money, or I see all these fancy things, I take inspiration from them and I say, oh, you know, I wonder how they got there. You know, maybe I'll be curious, maybe I'll look at it and think that's inspiring, but I would never be jealous of another person. I'll never compare myself to them, because that's their journey. You know, you're taken away from the fact that if you want something, then go for it, but don't, Danira, then just go for it. But stop this comparison thing, because we're all unique. And the minute you start to look at someone else and say that they're better than you, it means you're making yourself feel inferior to them. And you can't live life feeling inferior and feel happy at the same time. You're going to feel like, I'm below this person because they have more. I'm below this person because I'm not married. I'm below this person because they have children and I don't. It's not a competition. Life isn't a competition between what other people are doing, where they're going, what they have, versus you. You're in competition with yourself. You know, if you want something, you're in competition to say, can I get this? Can I not? Have I failed? Can I succeed? That's how I live my life. I'm not competing with another person. I'm thinking about my life every day and thinking, what do I want? You know, how have I achieved that? Have I failed? And that sort of thing. So the fourth thing, there's two more, is that you don't have a purpose or a why in your life. So some people, you know, in their teens or at a certain age, think that they know what their purpose is. Maybe they're going to serve God, you know, and become a priest, a pastor, a vicar. Other people want to be a parent. You know, they've lived their whole life. I know people who from in their teenage years were saying, I want to become a parent. That's my dream. That's my goal. You might not know what your purpose is, but you will. There is lots of research to say that you are happier when you are living a meaningful life where you are living your purpose. Now, that doesn't have to be something grand or major. It could just be that you have a small purpose. Every day you want to get better at exercise. Every day you want to become a better person. You know, I've been doing personal development on myself for maybe 15 years or more. When I was bullied at school, I remember thinking, I'd never ever felt bad about myself. That was the thing. Even when the bullies were bullying me, I was thinking, I feel pity for them, because while you're bullying someone for no reason, you know, there's nothing about me that I've done to you that should lead to that. And after I left school, I just started to work on myself, and I said to myself, you know, I'm always going to have a level of confidence. I'm always going to work on personal development. I'm always going to try to be the best version. I'm always going to try to be kinder, nicer, gain more skills. You know, maybe that's why I've always got qualifications, always trying to do different jobs. Maybe it is a part of proving myself. But the thing is, you have to get to that level where you say to yourself that you have a purpose, you have meaning. Every person who is on this earth has some sort of existence. They have a reason for being here. You know, I'm not the sort of person that will look down on anyone. I don't care what position they're in, don't care what they're going through. You all have a purpose, but you just have to find it. So finding your purpose will give you more meaning to life, and that will then make you happier. And the final thing is, this is just an easy, simple one, but it's something people find hard to do, and that is like, you're not grateful enough. You are living in life where you are just feeling all the things that are not going right, all the things that you don't have. But what about sitting down and just thinking about all the things to be grateful for? When I was sick a few weeks ago, 4 weeks ago, I had to go to A&E. I was in pain. You know, I'm still not got my full appetite back. But I just was thinking, I don't care about like money. I don't care about my clients. I don't care about anything right now. I just wanted to feel better. When I started, you know, getting better, and when I could literally go back to my client work, when I could actually sit and not be having been pained, when I stopped taking medication, I just felt grateful. And I looked back and I said, you know what, I'm grateful that I wasn't worse. I'm grateful that it wasn't anything serious. I'm grateful for every day, just say at least 5 things that you're grateful for. I can say probably about 10, 15 little things. You know, I'm grateful that I've got the ability to walk. I'm grateful that I've got the ability to live in a country where I'm not in fear. I can walk down the street and not get killed. You know, I'm grateful that I have the ability to be able to pay my bills. Today, when my bills come out of my bank account, most people are probably moaning. I'm happy because I say, right, I can cross that off the list. My council tax paid, my rent is paid. I feel happy because it's worse to be in a position where you can't pay those things. So, you know, it's about giving yourself something to be grateful for, even if it's something small, because that will definitely make you feel happier. So happiness as well, just to end, is not an emotion that you can sustain 24 hours a day. All these people that are doing these like courses, how to be happier, writing books, how to be happier. You can't be happy all the time. It's actually impossible. So when you are happy, enjoy those moments. Just treat life as being, you're going to have pain. There's going to be things that hurt you. There's going to be tough times, good times. But if you can do things that will help you to increase your happiness for those little moments, it will make a difference. But don't try to say that you have to be happy 24 hours a day. Don't try to force it, but just say to yourself, what can I do? So in summary, you can live in the present moment instead of the past. You can have more faith and trust in yourself. You can stop comparing yourself to other people. And take inspiration instead. You can have a purpose or find your purpose in life, figure out why you're here and what you want to do in life. You can have, and you can be grateful for things that you have and focus on the things to be grateful for instead of everything you don't have. Stop watching the news, stop listening to people that are going on these rants that are just going on about, you know, oh, Britain is broken and oh, the world is over with and what's the point in working and what's the point in this? You know, I will give respect to people to have the right to feel like that. But if you want to be a happier person, then you need to go in the other direction and look at what is in your control and what you're grateful for and what you can do and how you can live. So thank you everyone again, Danira, Mohammed, Mickey, everyone that joins on these live streams. I really appreciate it, and I'll see you next week. I'll probably be indoors next week. I'm getting a bit hot, the sun is beating down on me. But yeah, I just wanted to give you like different views. And I hope you all have a fantastic week. Don't forget to leave your comments and share this if you think other people will appreciate it. Thanks for watching. Bye, everyone.